Welcome back to the Killing Schools Minisodes, where we uncover the stories behind the legends of music and shadows they leave behind. Today we are diving into the electrifying rise and tragic fall of one of rock's most innovative guitarists, Randy Rhoads. Randy Rhoads was born on December 6, 1956 in Santa Monica, California. From a young age, he was surrounded by music. His mother, Dolores Rhoads, ran a music school called Musona in North Hollywood, which became a second home for young Randy. It's no surprise that music became his calling. He started on acoustic guitar at age 6 and moved to electric not long after. He was heavily influenced by classical music, which played a major role in shaping his distinctive sound. By his teenage years, Randy's talent was undeniable. He co-founded the band Quiet Riot in 1975 while still a student at Burbank High School. Quiet Riot became a sensation on the Sunset Strip, playing packed shows and building a local following. But while their glam rock was popular in LA, it wasn't enough to break through to the mainstream at the time. Still, these years were formative for Randy. He honed his style, blending his classical training with the raw energy of rock. In 1979, Randy's life changed forever. Ozzy Osbourne, fresh out of Black Sabbath and searching for a fresh start, was in Los Angeles auditioning the guitarist for his solo project. Randy, hesitant at first, decided to give it a shot. Legend has it he didn't even take the audition seriously and warmed up with some scales. Ozzy was instantly blown away. And how could he not be? Randy's technique was impeccable, but it was his innovative approach and musicality that set him apart. He officially joined Ozzy's band, and together they created two groundbreaking albums, Blizzard of Oz and Diary of a Madman. Blizzard of Oz was released in 1980 and featured tracks like Crazy Trains, which became an anthem. Randy's iconic riff and solo on that song are still studied by guitarists today, like me. He also brought a touch of elegance to songs like Mr. Crowley, where his classical influences shone through. Then came Diary of a Madman in 1981, an album that pushed the boundaries even further. Randy's compositions were intricate and theatrical, blending heavy metal music with classical harmonies and structures. He was changing the game. Randy's playing wasn't just technically impressive, it was deeply emotional. He had a unique ability to convey vulnerability and power in the same song. He inspired the entire generation of guitarists from Zakk Wylde to Kirk Hammett and beyond. Zakk Wylde would become Ozzy Osbourne's guitarist later. He wasn't just a shredder, Randy was a lifelong student of music. Despite his rising fame, he continued taking classical guitar lessons and even talked about leaving rock music to pursue a degree in classical guitar. That's what makes his story so bittersweet. He was on the verge of redefining his career and exploring new musical territories when tragedy struck. On March 19, 1982, while on tour in Florida, Randy's life was cut short in a horrific plane crash. The band's tour bus had stopped near a small airfield, and some of the crew decided to take joyrides in a small Beechcraft Bonanza plane. Randy, who was known for his caution, reluctantly joined one of the rides. The pilot, who had a history of reckless behavior, attempted to buzz the tour bus as a prank. Tragically, the plane clipped the bus, lost control, and crashed into a nearby house. Randy, the pilot, and another passenger were all killed instantly. He was just 25 years old. The loss was devastating for the music world. Randy had so much more to give, and his untimely death left a void that could never be filled. Despite his short career, Randy Rhoads' impact is immeasurable. His work with Ozzy Osbourne laid the foundation for modern metal guitar, and his approach to combining classical and rock techniques inspired countless musicians. He was posthumously inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2021, a recognition that was long overdue. Today, his recordings, live performances, and even his own custom guitars are cherished by fans and collectors alike. And let's not forget the human side of Randy. He was humble, hardworking, and deeply dedicated to his craft. Those who knew him speak of his kindness and passion for teaching, a legacy that lives through the students he inspired. Randy Rhoads may be gone, but his music ensures that he will never be forgotten. Thank you for tuning into this episode of the Killing Souls Minisodes. If you enjoyed this deep dive into Randy's life, make sure to follow, leave a review, and share this episode with your fellow rock enthusiasts. Until next time, keep the music alive and remember the legends. This has been the Killing Skulls Minisodes. Rock on.